everyone. I'm gonna briefly introduce myself. My name is Monique. I'm 23 years old and I am a bariatric patient. So I am 2 months post-op. I make 2 months today. Today is October 16th, 2020. So I'm making this video and I'm very nervous. I have hit pause. I had hit stop about 5 times and I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna let it flow and I'm gonna let it go. And the more natural, the better. But yeah, I'm making this video because I recently posted a picture about getting surgery, and it's very crazy how many people are interested and nervous about getting surgery. I know I was, and that's also a reason why I'm making this video. I was so nervous getting this surgery. I didn't know anyone that was like really giving me any like complete answers, and like no one was really taking my nerves away. That's all on you. But it was definitely very helpful to watch videos of people that did get the surgery and like hearing their honest opinion on it. I've always been chunky. I say chunky, I don't say fat. I've always been chunky my whole childhood. I come from a Hispanic background. I'm Dominican, so you know, if anyone viewing is Dominican and knows how intense, and I love Dominicans, but judgmental everyone is underweight, like just in general, not even just if you're chunky, like if you're too skinny, if you're too fat, if anything. So that's always been like an issue. I feel like that leads kids to growing up with insecurity issues, but thankfully I can say that's never been the case for me. Of course, sometimes I have, but I've always been someone with a very high self-esteem, which is why I've been in the process of getting this surgery for, I'm gonna say 6 years. And just the process of getting the surgery, and I'm like, I don't need this surgery. Like, why do I need to please other people on how I should look? Like, I felt like I was healthy. Not the healthy is, but when I started 6 years ago, the process, I was 250 pounds and I'm 23 now. So 6 years ago, I was 18, I think, yeah. So 250 pounds and 18 years old, I wasn't the healthiest, but I felt like I was beautiful. So I am beautiful. So I was like, I don't need this surgery. Yeah, the process was just so long for me. The process was like, you know, having to wait 6 months to go to a nutritionist. And I'm like, why do I need to lose weight to get a surgery that is going to make me lose weight? But the process is just to make you comfortable with the new way. It's a new lifestyle. Getting this surgery, your life completely changes. So they just want to see if you're actually committed. They don't want people to get the surgery that right after a few years later are just going to go to the same weight. So I get the process now, but before I was 18, I was just like, I don't want to do this. I want to go out to a party. But my final straw, like now, before my surgery, I was so unhealthy. I would literally feel like I was catching heart attacks while I was sleeping. I would fall asleep and feel like I wouldn't wake up. I'm getting super emotional right now. Just want to let everyone know that I cry for everything. But yeah, I felt like I was dying in my sleep. I just would like wake up feeling like I was laughing, like ha ha ha, but I wasn't laughing. It's because I was trying to catch air to breathe. Since like I said, I come from a Hispanic background, so everyone loves to dance in my family, and especially me. I love to dance, and I wasn't able to dance in family events more than the whole song, and the whole song is 3 minutes. So I wasn't able to dance. I would just have to like literally dance a half a song and sit my ass down. So that was a problem. What else? I would just be so out of breath all the time. I wouldn't have energy to do anything. Which also would cause depression, because I'm like, ugh, like I want to go out, I want to do these things, but I'm so tired. My body was so tired. I was so unhealthy. What else was my final straw? Kids. I have been in a relationship for 10 years, and after 10 years, me and my husband now decided to want to get married. And my husband is a very family oriented person, and of course wants family of his own, and I want family of my own. But because of my weight, I was having hormonal issues. So I couldn't have any children. And how do I start my own family without creating my own kids? There are definitely, I know there's other options, but if my health is leading me to not give my husband, kids, then that's a problem. On top of that, it's just even just the hormonal problem was also a huge problem for me. Like, I would have my menstrual for 3 months heavy. Like, I know that's a little like, but it's true. Like, I'm being blunt right now. It was really bad. My menstrual was horrible. So yeah, on all those complications. Oh my God, I love to drink alcohol. Not love to drink, I occasionally drink. And that's another thing. I would get so hypertensive, I guess. Like, my heart would start beating so fast. It was just a mess. So I was like, you know what? I had to get the surgery. My mom went to get the surgery first, and she came back and she was great. So that definitely even gave me more inspiration to want to get the surgery, because I'm like, if my mom can do it, well, I should do it too. I'm pretty young, so I'm pretty sure that this is gonna go good. So I was just like, you know what? I started to do everything. I didn't get the surgery in New York. I got the surgery in Tijuana, Mexico, with Dr. Armanza. I do not regret going to this surgeon at all. It was great. The experience was great, but booking the flight, like, so paying for the surgery out of pocket, I felt like I would be more committed to getting the surgery. I felt like I would be more, like, I would want to just continue with this. Like, I would be more strict upon myself, because here in New York, you're able to get it for free depending on your insurance. So I'm like, if I can get this and pay out of pocket, I know I'm gonna be more serious with the surgery. So yeah, I had to pay out of pocket. I paid for my flight. I paid for my mom's hotel so that she can stay with me, because I didn't want to go by myself. As you guys saw, I cry out for anything. So imagine me being in Mexico, Tijuana, by myself without my mom. Oh, I can't even think about it. So yeah, I decided to get my surgery in Tijuana, Mexico. I've heard so many great recommendations about Dr. Armanza. I knew a lot of people that went and got the surgery, came back. I love their results. They didn't look, for me personally, I just feel like people that get the surgery here, I usually see that they usually bounce back to the same weight, or they lose way too much weight. And that was something I was scared about, because I'm like, I love the way I look, because I was like, listen, I put on a cute outfit and I look bomb.com. I didn't feel great, but I looked good. So I was like, I don't want to look too skinny. I don't want to, so I was like, with this doctor, people look amazing. and it wasn't expensive. It pretty, you know, it was expensive compared to me doing it here in New York. Um, with my insurance, it was gonna be free, but it wasn't as expensive. Um, but yeah, so you know, you think about going to Mexico, and I'm like, that seems way too sketchy. I had seen bad review, like bad reports on this doctor, so I'm like, hell no, I'm not doing this surgery. Like, I'm not going to Mexico. Like, no. But like I said, my mom went and she came back and she looked great. She felt great. I'm like, what? No. So getting there, booking my flight, and actually getting on this flight, I was so like stuck on like, I wanted, I was, how do I say? I was amping myself up to not be negative because I tend to overthink a lot. Like, I'm known to overthink so much. So I'm like, I'm not gonna overthink. I'm gonna be positive. I'm gonna do this. Like, I'm gonna feel great. Like, you know, just talking to myself at the airport. And I get on the plane. I'm completely not nervous. I'm fine. I'm on this plane, this 5-hour flight to San Diego. And we get there and I'm still not nervous. I'm completely fine. As soon as I get there, they make me take the COVID test. I'm with my mom the whole time, so I'm amazing. So I'm assuming that we're going to, I was assuming that they were going to take me to the hospital, and my mom was going to stay with me at the hospital for a while and do the stuff that I needed to do, because I needed to take the EKG test. I needed to just get my blood drawn, just everything post, like before the surgery. And when I saw that my mom, they took her to the hotel room first, and then they were gonna take me to the hotel, to the freaking hospital, I cried so hard underneath this mask. I cried so hard. My boogers were coming out. Like, it was just a mess. I was a total mess. I'm like, oh my God, I need to stop crying, but I couldn't find myself to stop crying. But I'm like, I need to stop crying because I'm 23 years old and I'm gonna get to this hospital that I'm getting surgery for. These people are gonna see me and gonna be like, what the hell? Why is this girl crying? And I'm trying to get myself together and I couldn't. Like, I really was trying to, but every time someone spoke to me, I just needed to start crying. But let me just tell you, when I get there, I finally get there, these people were so nice. The place was so beautiful. Like, I automatically felt so comfortable. The lady that took the test was super nice. She was super attentive. Her name is Norma. Shout out to Norma. I love her. Even during surgery, like after surgery, I mean, like, she was so great. She would bring me tea from her home, that like tea bags. She was amazing. But yeah, I was so nervous, but I calm myself down. I believe in God, so I did pray. My mother-in-law, my mom, my sister-in-law as well, they all helped me. Like, they were all like, girl, like, you know how great you're gonna feel. Like, just think about how you feel now and think about how you're gonna feel afterwards. Like, you got this, you're there already. Just, you know, just talking to myself. And I did. I prayed and I felt so much better. The next morning, I got the surgery. But I was missing a step. The liquid diet, guys. This liquid diet is no joke. The first 2 days, I cried. I'm like, I'm so hungry. I was drinking smoothies that I'm pretty sure I shouldn't have. But I drank smoothies as watered down as possible. I drank like the liquid to be like beans. I drank a lot of soup, but just the broth, not the noodles. It was bad. And then I live with a 16-year-old brother, and he eats, and I love to eat, and everything that he was eating, I wanted to eat. But I was so nervous that I knew that if I would have ate, I'm like, I'm gonna die. Like, so I'm not gonna eat. But if it wouldn't have been for me thinking about getting the surgery and I didn't want it to die, I would have definitely cheated that liquid dye. So But I did lose 10 pounds. I lost 10 pounds during my liquid diet. So anyone that wants to lose weight quick, just do a liquid diet, I guess. No, but yeah, I lost 10 pounds during the liquid diet. And the morning of the surgery, I woke up and these people automatically wakes me up. I met my doctor. He was great. He smelled really nice. And yeah, I kind of just walked in. They made us walk into like the surgery room. I was the first person. It was 3 of us. I was the first person to get the surgery. And I was so scared for the anesthesia because I've never gotten surgery before. So I'm like, super scared. And I'm like, I weighed 304 pounds and I'm 5'3". And I heard that the more you weigh and the smaller you are, the more dangerous surgery can be. So I was super nervous. And so when they called me over to be the first one to get the surgery. Oh, like, I'm like, you know what? Like, I'm already here. I got this. Like, God has me. Like, you know. I walk in and I'm not sure how it's gonna happen. So I'm not sure if he's gonna be like, okay, I'm gonna put the anesthesia now. So I don't know what's gonna happen. And he's like, hey, like, how are you? And while I'm laying on the bed and stuff. So he's like, hi, how are you? And I'm like, I'm good. Like, just a little nervous, but I'm pretty, happy. And he's like, oh, you're nervous? Guys, I woke up. I woke up and I was in pain. By the time that I was able to open my eyes to tell the man, like, hey, like, what are you putting in my face? The surgery was completed. And I was like, oh, okay, like, this was quick. This was great. Like, of course, I woke up and I was like, where the hell am I? I was so drowsy. I wanted to wake myself up and I was pushing myself to wake up and they were waking me up and I'm like, what the hell is going on? But I automatically, as soon as I got out of surgery, I walked to my room. So I thought I wasn't gonna be able to walk, but I'm sorry. They like brought me over to my room in the bed, but I got up like an hour later to walk because I was told that the more that I walk, the less pain that I would be in. But it's not that the less pain you would be in. They fill your stomach up with gas. So the more you walk, the more gas you let out, like burps and, farts. But yeah, I automatically started walking. But then 2 hours after my surgery, I started to vomit. The pain that I was in. The pain I was in because I'm vomiting and I just got surgery. Like, I was so scared. My God, just gonna pop. But it was normal. Like, not every patient is the same. My roommate was completely fine. Like, as if she didn't even get surgery. Like, she was completely great. My roommate in the room where I got surgery. But I wasn't. I was throwing up every hour. It was very painful. I would cry. Like, it's just like the push that I had to do to throw up. It was bad. But the next day my mom came, she showered me, she helped me shower, and I was great. Like, I felt so great. I just kept walking every like hour. I kept getting myself up to walk and I felt really good and I didn't regret getting surgery at all. Even when I was throwing up the first day, I wasn't regretful for my surgery. I was just so grateful on waking up from surgery and proud of myself. I was proud of myself because I went through with it and I didn't chicken out. I really thought that I was gonna chicken out. Even when I got to Mexico, I was like, I'm gonna fucking chicken out. I don't want to do this. But I got myself through it. I woke up from surgery and I felt so accomplished. Like, I felt super accomplished because I was so scared and I was just so happy. But yeah, the first day wasn't great for me, but afterwards Everything was amazing. um I was, I didn't eat anything the first day because you're not even hungry. You're not hungry at all. So you're not even like worried about not eating. The next day, they didn't bring, the nurses did bring me popsicles, chicken broth, um, more so popsicle. That was something that I was able to swallow more like easy. Um, but yeah, so the popsicle was good. The second day I was able to drink tea, not the whole thing. And yeah, that's how I spent 4 days in Mexico. Um, the nurses were great. They were very entertaining. The tea, everything was, listen, the whole experience, if anyone wants to hear about the experience with the nurses and stuff like that, that would be a next video, because they deserve a whole video to themselves. That doctor, those nurses, the place was amazing. So yeah, the morning after surgery was pretty nice. My mom is a trooper. She helped me get through all of that. But coming home was great. I cried because I missed my husband and I wanted my husband to be here, but he was working, so he couldn't be. But that was all that was sad for me, my husband not being here. But other than that, being home felt so great. Being in my bed, I was nervous because I'm like, who's gonna clean my stitches? What am I gonna eat? Like, I was so nervous. But they do give you like a list of things that you can do, and if you ever have any questions, you can call them. But yeah, what I was saying. Sorry guys, I did say I was nervous and I got so comfortable, but now I'm nervous again. The recovery was as soon as I got home, my mom made me chicken broth, like soup, and it was pretty nice. I was able to eat to a certain amount, and I wasn't feeling full. You don't feel not full. You don't feel hungry up until the second month, into like after the first month after surgery. The first 2 weeks, I only drink liquid, and then you start to be able to eat puree, and you can slowly go into proteins. That's another thing. You have to drink proteins. As soon as you're able to drink the protein that your doctor tell you can drink proteins and you can have your vitamins, that is a necessity. After this surgery, you no longer have the same energy. You're not eating the same as before. So vitamins and proteins are your life. If you're not drinking the proteins, then you're gonna be in a funk all day. You're just gonna be down all day. You're gonna feel with no energy. There hasn't been one day that's gone by that I don't drink my proteins. I need my proteins. Like, it's not a discussion. But so far now, I am 2 months today. As I said, I'm 2 months into post-op surgery, and I feel great. I have lost 50 pounds. I started off with 304. I am now 250, and I feel great. Like I said, this is the best decision that I have ever made in my life. I have more energy. I go on walks every day for 45 minutes, 30 minutes sometimes, and 45 minutes if I'm not doing anything like throughout the day. So I go on walks, and I feel great after my walks. I'm able to dance whole songs now. My husband is a dancer, so I'm able to dance with my man all the time he wants. I don't suffocate while I'm sleeping anymore, which is such a plus for me. I was sleeping before was so bad. Like, I would get anxiety having to sleep. Like, I would sometimes not even want to sleep. Sleeping now is great. I'm so thankful for the people in my life, for the encouragement that they gave me, for pushing me to this decision, always wanting the best for me. This changed my life. This surgery changed my life, and I feel great. Of course, I know that I'm going to be losing more weight. I am mentally prepared for that, because that's another thing. You have to be mentally prepared to see yourself lose that weight, especially if you've never been like to a weight where you've been. I don't remember being less than 200 pounds. So I know that when I go under 200, it's going to be so emotional for me, because I've never seen that number on the scale for myself. And yeah, I will continue to make videos if you guys want. I will be answering questions from my DMs or in the comments that you guys do leave. I will leave in the description as well the doctor that I got the surgery with. And if any questions you guys have, I will be answering. And thank you guys for listening to me. Bye.